Daphne and Velma is a new straight-to-DVD movie how Daphne and Velma, the members of Mystery Inc. from Scooby-Doo, met in high school and solved their first mystery about students that went missing at their high school and returned to only be zombified. This movie is a little bit confusing for me because Daphne and Velma first meet in this movie. There's no Fred, Shaggy, and Scooby-Doo. What's confusing about it is because there's previous media about Daphne and Velma and the rest of the gang and how they met. We had a show in the 90s called A Pup Named Scooby-Doo, which I loved watching, and they were all kids younger than they are in this movie, and they were all together. They also had 2 Cartoon Network straight-to-DVD movies about how they met in high school. So it was a little confusing that they only had Daphne and Velma and they met in high school and no one else was there. This is produced by Ashley Tisdale and her sister, and they are accompanied because Ashley Tisdale couldn't find anything to do after High School Musical, so she is producing straight-to-DVD Scooby-Doo movies. Now Daphne and Velma is a really bad movie. It's a very short movie, and there's so many things just off with this movie. It could be an innocent, fun movie, and I wouldn't mind that. But I don't even think that this movie would appeal to a young audience. There are so many moments that really just drag. It is just really downright boring. There's nothing that is a highlight for this film. Nothing is exciting for this movie. It's just really boring. Then it could be viewed as, alright, since it's not something fun for young kids, can it target maybe the tweens, teens, and see if they would like it? There's nothing that really audience members could connect to either. There's no like emotional moments that teenagers can connect to and kind of relate to as well. So it's kind of like stuck in the middle. Young kids probably won't like it, and tweens and teenagers won't like it as well. This movie is centered around a high school that is like ahead of their time. This high school has advanced technology. They have like this 3D printer that can make food when you say whatever it wants to be, and you can change your clothes just by the click of your fingers, and you have different clothes. I don't understand why the technology had to be so advanced, but it was, and it was weird. Then we have Daphne and Velma. The acting is okay. It's not like terrible. But they don't really even look like Daphne and Velma. I mean, you can the outfits kind of look the same, but overall they don't really look how they looked like in any previous Scooby-Doo series, so there's that. It was weird to look at them and they looked a little different. But the first half of the movie, they had a relationship that struggled, and Daphne and Velma had some secret that she didn't really want to tell Daphne, and Daphne spent most of the movie trying to get it out of her, and it just felt repetitive, and their relationship was really going nowhere. And then the last half of the movie was focused on having those Scooby-Doo quirks that Daphne and Velma have, like Velma looking for her glasses and saying jinkies, and them running back and forth, entering different rooms and appearing out of nowhere. All those things that we've loved in the Scooby-Doo series is here at the end, and it just feels like, alright, this relationship's going nowhere, there's nothing related to Scooby-Doo, let's throw in some of those quirks that they do at the end of the movie. And I just left this movie thinking, why? Why was this movie even made? It does nothing for the Scooby-Doo series, adds nothing new that I would go back and think, oh, well, Daphne and Velma were so cool in that movie. Now I view them a little differently in the original television show. I don't think that. So if Daphne and Velma does not do the characters justice, the relationship is really rocky. It's a bad movie. It's unfunny. It's just downright boring at times, and it's repetitive, and at the end, it tries to just shoehorn in those quirks that they've had previously. I'm going to go ahead and give Daphne and Velma an F. Now you could say this movie was not for me, but I wanted to watch it because I love a lot of things about Scooby-Doo. I constantly watched Scooby-Doo as a kid. I loved watching A Pup Named Scooby-Doo. I even watched those Cartoon Network movies with Scooby-Doo and the whole gang, and the movies as well. I enjoyed Scooby-Doo. So I could say that I wanted to watch this, even though it's not my target audience as the age, but I still wanted to watch this movie, and it was still really bad. So question of the video, who is your favorite Mystery Inc. member? It's gonna be a hard one. I really like Scooby-Doo, I also like Shaggy, and I also like Scrappy-Doo. But I'm going to go ahead with Scooby-Doo. He's so cool, and I love how he pairs nicely with Shaggy. Thank you guys for checking my review for Daphne and Velma. Do not watch this. If you guys are a die-hard Scooby-Doo fan, watch it maybe, but you might not enjoy it. Thank you guys for watching this video. You guys are the best as always. This is Just Watch Movies, and you stay classy, YouTube.